Please. Someone. I need help. My grandson. Lady, you can't be here. This is a corporate building. Wait. Derek, she's bleeding. Let me help her. At the glass doors of Sterling Tech headquarters, an elderly woman in soaked, tattered clothes collapsed on the marble floor. Blood dripped from a gash on her forehead. Rain pounded against the windows. Security guard Derek grabbed her arm roughly. I said, out! We don't need homeless people dying on company property. Bad for business. Other employees walked past, some filming on their phones, others shaking their heads in disgust. Someone called the police to remove her, probably drunk or on drugs. James, a junior software developer, rushed over with his jacket. He knelt beside the woman, gently pressing his jacket against her wound. Ma'am, what happened? Can you hear me? The old woman's voice was barely a whisper. My grandson. Hospital. I was trying to get money. Fell on the stairs. Please. He needs surgery. $15,000. Tonight. Derek laughed coldly. And let me guess. You want us to just hand you 15 grand? Classic scam. James pulled out his phone. How old is your grandson? 7. He has a heart condition. If he doesn't get surgery by midnight... Her voice broke into sobs. James checked his bank account. $16,247. His entire savings for the down payment on his apartment. Don't be stupid, James. She's playing you. Dude, that's obviously a con. Wake up! James stared at the woman's desperate, tear-filled eyes. Then he made the transfer. What's the hospital? I'm sending the money directly to them. The woman gasped, grabbing his hand. St. Mary's Children's Hospital. Benjamin Chen, room 407. James called the hospital, verified the case, and transferred $15,000. The lobby went silent. You just threw away your future for a stranger? You're insane. Maybe, but I can live with myself tonight. The old woman wept, kissing James's hands. Young man, what's your name? James Morrison. James Morrison. I will remember this name until I die. You saved my grandson's life. You gave us a future. Just take care of him, okay? That's all I need. She wrote something on a torn piece of paper and pressed it into his palm. If you ever need anything at all, find me. Derek snorted. Yeah, I'm sure she'll be real helpful when you're homeless next month. After she left, employees mocked James for weeks. His girlfriend broke up with him when she found out he'd wasted their apartment fund, yeah. Management passed him over for promotion, calling him emotionally unstable and financially irresponsible. 5 years later, James's life had completely fallen apart. He'd been laid off during company restructuring. His resume went nowhere. Derek had spread rumors that James was mentally unstable. Now James worked 3 part-time jobs: delivery driver, night janitor, grocery store clerk. He lived in a tiny studio with peeling paint and a broken heater. One morning, his phone buzzed with an email. Interview invitation. Senior developer position. Chen Technologies. Starting salary, $180,000. James had applied randomly to hundreds of companies. He barely remembered this one. James arrived at Chen Technologies headquarters in his only suit, now worn and slightly too small. The receptionist looked him up and down with disdain. You're here for senior developer? Yes, 10 a.m. interview. Right this way. She led him to a massive corner office. Behind the desk sat an elegant woman in her 60s, silver hair styled perfectly, wearing a sharp business suit. Mr. Morrison, please, sit. Something about her eyes seemed familiar. Do you know who I am? No, ma'am. Should I? She stood and walked around the desk slowly. 5 years ago, I collapsed outside Sterling Tech. I was bleeding, desperate, begging for help to save my grandson. Everyone walked past me like I was garbage. James's heart stopped, except one person. A young man who gave me his life savings without hesitation. You. But you were homeless? Broken. Yes. My company had just declared bankruptcy. I'd lost everything. My daughter had died in a car accident 6 months before, leaving me to raise her son, Benjamin, alone. That night was the darkest moment of my life. She pulled out a photo of a healthy, smiling teenage boy. This is Benjamin today, 12 years old, straight A student, captain of his soccer team, alive because of you. Tears streamed down James's face. After Benjamin's surgery, I had nothing left, so I started over. I took the skills I'd spent 40 years building and founded Chen Technologies from my sister's garage. It took 5 years, but we're now a $500 million company. She placed a contract on the desk. I've been searching for you, James Morrison. I hired investigators, checked social media, contacted Sterling Tech. I found out they fired you. I found out what Derek said about you. She smiled coldly. Derek actually applied here last month. Impressive resume. But when I interviewed him and asked what he would do if someone asked for help, he said, and I quote, "Never trust beggars. They're all scammers." I rejected him immediately. Mrs. Chen, I don't understand why I'm here. Because kindness isn't weakness, James. It's strength. And I need strong people building my company. But this isn't just an interview. She pushed the contract toward him. This is an offer to be my chief technology officer. $350,000 starting salary. Full benefits, stock options, and a signing bonus of $100,000 to finally get that apartment you deserved 5 years ago. James couldn't speak. His hands trembled. You gave me hope when I had none. You saw a human being when everyone else saw trash. You chose compassion when it cost you everything. Now let me return the favor. Will you help me build something that treats people the way you treated me that night? James stood, wiping his tears, and shook her hand firmly. Yes. Yes, I will. Welcome to Chen Technologies, Mr. Morrison. Let's show the world what happens when good people refuse to look away. Kindness is never wasted. It's the best investment you'll ever make. If you believe compassion always comes back, leave a heart in the comments.